So one thing I did figure with Forza Horizon 3 is I was like, you know what, I kind of need to talk about the showcase events in this game, as there's obviously 5 of those, and you also get to race some pretty insane things. With that, I kind of wanted to talk about like the overall showcase event thing as well with Forza Horizon. But I gotta admit, guys, these events really are pretty dang dope, especially seeing this as a new player. Now, I'm sure you probably saw the video I did end up doing on Forza Horizon 4, which you did end up racing some stuff on there, like a train. You also didn't end up racing like big, really like crazy hovercraft thing. The first showcase event you have in Forza is probably one everybody obviously notices really quick, as you pretty much have to do it to even play the game. That is when you are using a Dune buggy, basically racing a helicopter, aka the cargo bot from Grand Theft Auto. Yes, my brain went there, and it is holding a Willys Jeep. You're pretty much following it all the way to the end when the helicopter is carrying that Jeep. And this will end up being the first overall like showcase event you will end up encountering in the game. To be honest, it was like a nice, like, I guess, okay, welcome to the game type of thing. It was kind of interesting. But you know what, though? I have to admit one thing, guys. I'm not going to lie to y'all. When I first did end up doing this event in the beginning of the game, I did not even realize it was a showcase event. I actually noticed later on, I'm like, okay, well, I have to do 5 of these. I'm like, wait, I already did one, and turns out this was actually one of them. And again, don't get me wrong, it was a cool event, like introducing you into the game. But to be honest, the ones after that really did start to get me. The second one, guys, you basically had to race a train in a Camaro. And this one I instantly kind of thought about Forza Horizon 4 and also Forza Horizon 5, as I noticed in both of those games, you also did end up racing a train as well. The one in Forza Horizon 4, I believe, was completely in the snow, which is honestly absolutely beautiful. This one, though, is a tad different. Like, you are racing a gigantic train in the Camaro. It's still going to be fast. It is massive. And you're also kind of racing alongside of it, noticing you have to follow a specific route, like by the railroad tracks and stuff like that. So I'm kind of wondering if Forza Horizon 6 may end up having a big train. Like, we all do know they have those really fast trains there. So I'm wondering if maybe after playing Forza Horizon 5, 3, and 4, that they all did end up having a train type of showcase. I'm wondering if Forza Horizon 6 also will, or maybe they'll take a completely different route and maybe not end up having a train event there. What do you guys think? Do you enjoy racing the trains? Would you rather see something different? I would say players probably like them, but also like, okay, well, look, another train race type of thing. Or, how's the route in this one? I'm kind of wondering what people think about that, as I kind of feel like in some ways maybe people might be like, oh, I mean, this is all right, but we'd rather have something different. You know what I mean? But after that, guys, the next one, you'll end up racing some boats. I gotta admit, I'd say for like the overall showcase event types in this game, I'd probably say this one's most likely number 1 for me. And the reason for that is I do love seeing the power boats in the game. Imagine Forza with boats. That would be wild, for one, by the way. But even though the maps aren't really made for that, probably wouldn't make any sense. Then again, though, other games also don't have the maps viable for the boats, even though the boats are in there. Y'all probably know what game I'm talking about. But in this one, though, you do have to use a trophy truck. Also, I absolutely love this trophy truck as well. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I love the Baldwin truck, man. I've been a fan of it forever. And being able to use this thing against the boats and jumping over them and seeing them fly through the river and stuff like that at crazy speeds, I really did enjoy this one. Plus, like, the overall atmosphere where you are racing, the coloring of it, and just where you are on the map and stuff. Seeing, like, the clouds in the background, the mountains, the trees, the rocks, like the clouds hitting the rocks and stuff like that. And you're then racing against the boats. I don't know. It felt really cool, and I was like, all right, I like this showcase event. I can dig these. I can dig these. This is a pretty dope one progressing through the game, even though I feel like, guys, in some ways, here's the thing. I kind of think people might end up maybe wanting different things besides showcase events. I was going to talk about this a bit later in the video after this stuff, but might as well talk about it a little bit now. So we all do know you had the boats. You then had to race the Willys with the helicopter. After that, you had to race the train, guys, and then in the city part, you had to use the Lamborghini Centenario, which is obviously the cover car of this game, and you had to pretty much race a jet through the city. And to be honest, I was kind of thinking this one was honestly number 1, tied with the trophy truck. I really did actually enjoy this one so dang much. Flying down the road in the Centenario, this car sounds amazing. It handles so dang well. And then seeing the jet like fly through the buildings and stuff like that with like the smoke trails and just being in like the city atmosphere, dude. I don't know. I feel like this race, most likely for me, would actually pass the trophy truck one. I mean, how can you actually beat a jet when you are racing a Centenario and it's flying through the city, having like the smoke trails, making designs, and see like the big high rises and just the overall, I don't know, dude. This entire race really hit me. And I kind of want to see more stuff like this one. I'd say a lot of players probably like this one the most. And that kind of ties into what I was saying before. Would you all like to see showcase events in Forza Horizon 6, or would you like to see a different type of design? Because I feel like the overall design of like how these story modes are in these games now, they kind of use these showcase events as something that's like the main part of it, but maybe players might want to see something different, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, racing a plane in a Centenario is amazing, but I'm wondering in Forza Horizon 6 how they will end up doing it. Like, will you end up racing a jet through Tokyo City? I mean, it, you know what I'm saying? I think it's possible. After seeing how this game was, maybe you'll end up racing a Centenario or something. Maybe you'll end up using a new Lamborghini that's not even out, or maybe a brand new one, maybe a new Ferrari. I really have no idea, but you might end up racing something through Tokyo City, maybe a train after that. Who knows what they might end up doing. But I'm also wondering if maybe players might want to have a different experience besides showcase events. Like, would you guys like to see something different? Or would you be open to more showcase events in 6? Let me know your thoughts. I've been kind of thinking about this a little bit, especially playing through Forza Horizon 3, seeing the showcase events, then 4 and 5 as well, seeing like the different ones, the train, the plane, also seeing like the dirt bikes and stuff like that in the other one in Forza Horizon 4. So, like, there is different ones in there. I also remember seeing the dirt bikes in the beginning of 5 as well, even though that was slightly different. The other one you also had to do, guys, which was the final showcase event you would see in this game, which is something I also wanted to show you, is the big blimp. This one kind of threw me off, bro. I was not expecting a blimp. When I saw the blimp thing pop up, I was like, wait, am I racing a blimp? And also in a side-by-side Polaris, I'm literally racing a full-size blimp. Y'all know what the first thing I thought about, though, when I saw this blimp? Legit. Battlefield 1 with the behemoth. That's the first thing I thought about, dude. I just hear that girl's voice going, enemy behemoth inbound. You see a thing just flying into the map, dude. Absolute cinema. Am I right? Like, absolute cinema. But seeing this, like, gigantic blimp, I thought this one was pretty cool because this is something they didn't have in 4 and 5, so I did like this showcase event. That was kind of something I was thinking about. Like, if y'all are going to do more showcase events in Forza Horizon 6, well, there's probably a chance the game will have them, right? So I gotta admit though, part of me kind of hopes we might not end up seeing something like another boat one, or like dirt bikes or something, or like another train. I'm wondering if they might end up taking like a different approach with these showcases. Maybe we'll see different ones we've never seen, or maybe they might entirely get rid of that and do something different. I'm kind of wondering, dude, because in a lot of ways, I wonder how players like feel about these showcase events. I personally do like them. I also feel like having different vehicles that you race against, like for example, a blimp, is absolutely hilarious and cool. Also kind of unique, dude. So it's not like, okay, well, I'm racing another plane or I'm racing a boat or, oh, look, another train. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like players might want something different. And after doing all the showcase events in Forza Horizon 4, I did enjoy those. That big hovercraft thing was very cool, which somebody mentioned that was actually a real thing based off of something in the UK, which is honestly awesome. I could not imagine seeing a hovercraft that big, and that was unique. I was racing that like, yo, this is dope. Okay, I love this. I remember like when I did see the train on 4, I'm like, okay, well, not too surprised. I did like the route they had for the train race, so that was actually very cool, but a lot of players might be like, oh, look, another train, or oh, look, another one of these. Maybe they'll end up doing different things, like, for example, a big blimp, or, some type of showcase event that might take a different approach with different vehicles. Honestly, dude, I feel like there's a lot of ways they can mix that up. Maybe we might not even have showcase events, but if they are following 3, 4, and 5 with stuff, we might end up seeing, or, kind of could see some crazy ones in Forza Horizon 6, and also it is Japan, man, so who knows what we might end up racing. Honestly, I'm open to it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I admit, the showcase events in Forza Horizon 3, I really did enjoy them. The blimp was absolutely amazing. I did say before, people might not want to see another train or, another plane, but racing the Centenario through that, like, Australia City, dude, for one, I love the way that's designed, but also seeing the plane fly through the buildings and leave, like, the smoke trails, that was so dope. And I'd be open to seeing something like that in Tokyo City, or maybe like trying to showcase how beautiful the said area is. That might end up being a way they could do that. Let me know what y'all think. Do you like showcase events in Forza? This is something I thought about doing like a separate video on. I might still end up doing that, going through and looking at each game and stuff. But what do y'all think about these showcase events? Do you like them? Would you rather see something different in these games and when Forza Horizon 6 comes out, would you rather see something different in there? Or would you rather have some of these similar showcase events that we are having now, which personally I would say that maybe most players want to see something a tad different, maybe not the same vehicles or something insane that would blow us away in the next game.